What's going on, guys? TKD once back video, and it is another Monday. That means that we are back with another episode of music and history. And this week, I was browsing through my iTunes library, and I noticed that on my feed on Twitter, it was Party Next Door's birthday on the day of this recording, which was yesterday. If you guys are watching this right now, currently on the Monday that is posted. And I thought, might as well, what? Let's do a little history and facts about Party Next Door. He got his name from kind of a weird place to find it, but something that is kind of relatable to music, or I mean absolutely is relatable to music, but beside the point, it's kind of weird, right? So he got his name Party Next Door off of a FL Studio software audio filter, right? So in that software, there's apparently an audio feature or like a filter that is called Party Next Door. And so I guess he was using it, and he liked that name, so that's how he got his stage name. And he, of course, chooses to capitalize all the letters in Party Next Door, to set apart from the audio filter, I suppose. And yeah, so that's how we got the name Party Next Door. He actually got his singing chops in a place that you might have guessed. Back in his youth, back in his younger days, back, a couple years back, right, he was involved with the church with his mother, right, and so he would sing on the choir with the church, and eventually, he was so good at singing, he was, started learning new ways to sing, how to, use his voice that he had. He actually got moved up to the elite group in the church group. I guess it was like some elite squad in this church group, and he got moved up to that real quick because he was so good at singing. So, and this is kind of where he says in an interview with Fader magazine that he gained his ability to really sing and really sound good singing. So this was definitely a spot where he birthed his talent of singing. So thank God to the church choir, right? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like this is just so true to like a lot of artists now these days. I feel like this is like the main way that people are getting discovered, right? He was discovered on MySpace, guys. Discovered on MySpace, okay? He was discovered at the age of 17 by a manager, and he, offered him a job, I guess, and he packed his bags, moved to LA, and he became a songwriter for Warner. Now, keep in mind, he was 17 at this time. Like, to be able to move to a whole different city in a whole different country and be a songwriter for one of the biggest labels of music, that's in itself insane. And so while he was there, he wrote a lot of stuff for the up-and-coming artist Justin Bieber, and eventually he realized that he didn't want to write for other people, right? Like, he didn't want to just write to have someone else speak his words. He wanted to write for himself, write for his own style and way of singing, and not for someone else, right? So he decided to branch off by himself, and that's where he got to OVO, and here we go, and here he is, Party Next Door, how we see him today. He hit the ground running in his career, right? It's not that like he made the EP and put it out on DatPiff or SoundCloud. Like, it wasn't like anything like that, really. His first EP was actually released under OVO, under the support and the label of OVO. He was already signed to OVO when he put out this EP, self-titled Party Next Door, and it is still remains honestly one of my favorite EPs, out of all of OVO's artists. It's such a good kind of introduction to a new artist, right? And to this day, he still remains on OVO, as usual, and he still remains very close to Drake. And I even saw him once live. I saw him open for Drake's Would You Like a Tour concert over here in Phoenix, and he was incredible, man. But the thing is that everyone that was there didn't really know who he was. I felt like I was honestly one of the few people that knew who he was before going to that concert, right? So I was mad hype when they said we're gonna bring out Party Next Door. I was losing it, low key, but it was kind of a thing where he wasn't really that big at that time, obviously, because he was just starting his career, and I believe at that time, I'm pretty sure at that time he only had his first EP out, so he didn't have his album or anything like that. All he had was that EP. And so I, enjoyed it very much, seeing him live. But it was kind of weird to see, so many people kind of just brush him off at the concert, but then, go a year later and everyone loves P&D. Everyone loves Party Next Door. So, that's just, something crazy. And the last fact that I would like to bless you guys with on this Monday is that he was involved in a suicide scandal. Now, this is nothing to joke about. This is a pretty serious topic, and this happened pretty recently. So what happened was he posted a picture on his Instagram with the R&B artist Kehlani. And the caption on the post said, "After all her shenanigans, still got the R&B singer back in my bed." And so this sparked, a lot of controversy and a lot of rumors going around. And one of the main rumors was that Kehlani was cheating on her then boyfriend, the Cavs player Kyle Irving, with P&D, right? So this led to a bunch of rumors, a bunch of accusations that were not even true, that were just based off this one picture, and this led Kalani to attempting suicide. And so she, thank God, was not killed in her attempt. It was only an attempt. And while she was hospitalized, she posted an Instagram post, long Instagram post, and one of the posts that she had during her time in the hospital was that she gave credit to P&D for, quote, saving her life, unquote. So ended happily, ended pretty good, but he was involved in a little bit of a suicide kerfuffle, if you will. And so that's all I gotta say about P&D. Man, I love P&D. I love him as an artist, and he is set to release his P&D 3 album coming out here pretty soon. He has been teasing a lot on his Instagram and Twitter, and tweeting out some lyrics to it. I assume because these are lyrics that we've never heard before from him. So I'm really hoping that this P&D 3 drops here pretty soon. You'll definitely see a review on my channel. As per usual, I'll be definitely reviewing that as it comes out. And thank you guys for watching. And as always, if you guys enjoyed the video, please down below you can like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff you can follow me on there. And also down below, check out my various media links. You can follow me on my Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, all that good stuff. And if you guys enjoyed the content, please let me know down in the comments who do you want me to review next, as a part of this series, music and history. Do you want me to review, I don't know, Jay-Z, Kanye West, 2 Chainz? I don't know, let me know down in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I got you.